Hello everyone, I hope you all are doing good. The topic of my research for SQL NoSQL class of summer 2020 is SQLI prevention in banking domain. SQLI stands for SQL injection attack. SQL injection attack is one of the most common web application vulnerability that easily goes unnoticed. In recent years, most of our daily tasks are dependent on database-driven web application because of increasing activities such as banking, booking, or shopping. For performing activities such as ordering the merchandise or paying the bills, information must be trustable to those web application and their underlying databases. But unfortunately, there is no guarantee for confidentiality and integrity of this information. Web applications are often vulnerable to attacks, which can give attackers easy access to the application underlying database. This research is a refresher to identify an attack of SQL injection and ways to prevent it. These are the topics which we are going to go in detail in this presentation. A structured query language or SQL is one of the most universal database language and practically used in every database-driven web application. SQL injection is a security exploit method in which attacker aims at penetrating a backend database to manipulate, steal, or modify information in the database. The SQL injection attack method exploits the web application by injecting malicious queries, causing the manipulation of the data. Almost all SQL databases and programming languages are potentially vulnerable. The major databases include MS SQL Server, MySQL, Oracle, Access, DB2, FileMaker, Pro, etc. These are the various major SQLI types. First one is tautologies. This type of attack injects SQL tokens to the conditional query statement to be evaluated, making it true and resulting in returning all the data from the database. Second type is union queries. In this type of attack, the attacker exploits vulnerable parameters in order to change the result set of a given query. Third type is piggybacked queries. In this type of attack, attackers are not trying to modify the original intended query. Instead, they are trying to include new and distinct queries that piggyback on the original query. As a result, the database received multiple SQL queries. One of the most famous techniques to prevent the SQL injection attack is WASP. It stands for Web Application SQL Injection Preventer Tool. WASP tool consists of two approaches. These are positive tenting and syntax-aware evaluation. Positive tenting, this method allows developers to identify all external data sources that are marked trusted, and everything else will automatically be detected and tented information. This technique involves marking all hard-coded strings in the code as trusted and then ensures that all SQL keywords and operators are built using trusted data. Second type is syntax-aware evaluation. This method verifies untrusted data by parsing it to tokens and validates if it can be trusted and renders safe to execute. The data used for this research is a banking web application which contains sensitive data like account information, transaction information, user ID, password, etc. Application contains two modules which are attacked using SQLI. As we can see from this diagram, the first set of screenshots are for the normal process where the attacker just entered a SQL operator ampersand and tried to view the data. The application returned back all the user information. The second set of screenshot is where the WASP tool was implemented, and when the attacker tried to do the same thing, the application returned back a error message saying it's not a valid search. This application was attacked. The result of this research is this application was attacked using first a normal process where the SQL attack was injected using SQL operator which exposed sensitive data, and the second process was the preventive process where the attack was identified and prevented by WASP tool, and an error message is thrown back to the attacker. To conclude the presentation, we went through all types of SQL injection attacks in detail. This research encourages all web developers to carefully implement web solutions knowing various techniques attackers can use, and we covered the uses of WASP as a common tool for prevention of SQLIA.